Welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for staying with our Morning Live. As we celebrate and remember Human Rights Day here in South Africa, today is also World Down Syndrome Day, a day to bring awareness to the condition and to celebrate those living with the chromosomal disorder that causes physical and intellectual impairments. This story follows the journey of a mother who has fought for mainstream schooling inclusion of her son with Down syndrome and others like him in her community in Pretoria. Take a look.
Nyakalo Mafeking is 11 years old and has Down syndrome. This chromosomal disorder results in physical and intellectual delays and affects 1 in 650 babies in the developing world. Despite these delays, his mother Batile has fought for South Africa's inclusive education policies, whereby all children, regardless of differences, have the opportunity to learn with and from each other.
What I'm going to focus on is basically the first day I was told that Nyakalo's got Down syndrome. Then I picked it up and I held him and I cried for a moment and I said, you know what, I'm ready for the journey. I decided that I'm going to make the best for Nyakalo. What did I mean about the best? I started looking for crèches where you could go. And when I got one crèche, I accepted him. They said, how old is the child? I said, 4 years. They took him. The next thing they came to me says, sorry, he's still on a nappy and he's 4 years old and you didn't tell us. I said, no. You asked for the age. And I said, he's 4 years. And I believe that if he's going to look at the other children and what they're doing, he's going to learn from them. Within a week, Nyakalo was off the nappy. And that's how he made it into a mainstream crèche.
Hannelise Swanepoel from the Down Syndrome Association in Pretoria and a learning support coordinator at the Department of Education has worked closely with an array of schools in Gauteng to include and cater to children with physical or intellectual disabilities.
I'm also a parent of a child with Down syndrome, or actually a young adult with Down syndrome. He's 27 years old. And in 1994, when we started looking for schools, to me it was very important that he must be included in the community. The only school that he was allowed to go to at that stage was very far from our home. It was more or less 50 kilometers. And we felt like, why sending him away so far? So that is where we started with inclusive education. I've been involved with many children, of which Kalu is one. And Kalu started here at Valhalla Primary in 2011. In grade R, and it actually went just from strength to strength. I always say that children copycat also the teacher's behavior. So if the teacher is accepting this child, then the children are also.
Batile has fought for mainstream schooling alongside her husband, Daniel, who has started a support group for fathers of children with Down syndrome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the father support group it's very important in a sense that when the mother feels that she's overwhelmed, that's where you have to pitch in. As men, we sometimes have to show boldness and try to make sure that you encourage and motivate those that are part of you.
Despite the benefits of mainstream schooling in a well-resourced school, Batile is aware that this is not affordable to all parents, and so she became actively involved in supporting mothers in less privileged situations.
I went back into joined the Down Syndrome Association, became the representative for self-help group, started Kanya support group in Atteridgeville to encourage mothers with kids with Down syndrome that we need to find schools for the kids, because once you feel accepted by the community, it's very easy for you to accept your child.
One of the mothers who have benefited from Batile's support group is Elsie Mokwena. Elsie's 6-year-old daughter Bokansho also has Down syndrome. As mainstream schooling is inaffordable for Elsie, she has set up her own crèche with the encouragement of the Down syndrome parent support group.
Down syndrome She's my joy.
For Batile, Elsie, and Daniel, support for children with Down syndrome begins at home, but continues into the schools and into the wider community.
All right, well, thank you so much to Health E News for that investigative report. If you want more information on Down syndrome and organizations supporting individuals and families with the disorder, it's very simple. Just visit www.downsyndrome.org.za.